crony capitalism, Elon Musk. And by the way, when we cut him off, he went begging. He went begging the CCP, and that's why they have the joint venture in Shanghai, the Tesla, which is 100% of his value, right? This guy lives on government contracts and taxpayer subsidies. I'm smart enough to tell you no to your face, and I'm evil enough to be able to expose you as a running dog for the greatest enemy this nation's ever had. You are a war profiteer. You're sleeping with the enemy, brother, and you've been doing it because you're not an American nationalist. You're not even an American. All you are is a globalist, okay? A globalist. And you will go where anybody writes you a check, and you would take it from Adolf Hitler himself, because you're taking it from people that are as bad as Adolf Hitler.
After nearly 10 years, MAGA is finally having their first policy discussion, and they're having a civil war. Look at Steve Bannon representing the white nationalist, racist right versus the tech oligarch right in Elon Musk, saying that we need to call Child Protective Services and do a wellness check on Elon Musk because Musk is telling everyone to F themselves in the face because they're coming out against H-1B visas. Elon Musk has been sharing Hitler apologia for the past 10 months on Twitter trying to appeal to this group, and they're still like, no, buddy, this is crossing the line right now. Please make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe. Options to donate are down below. Thank you for joining us. Donald Trump's coalition could not make it even within 3 weeks of his inauguration. Trump couldn't even get certified as president before a civil war happened inside of MAGA between the oligarch capitalists and the fascist nativists. So for the really racist Trump supporters, the white nationalist MAGA, the crazy MAGA online, did you really think Elon Musk is going to betray his capital class and his money-making machine to support your ethno-state? And the other way around, Elon Musk, do you really think these really racist white nationalists who want an ethno-state, do you think they're going to trade that so you could bring in immigrant labor? I know Donald Trump was against H-1B visas in 2016, and now he's pro H-1B visa in 2024, probably because he received so much money from J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel. J.D. Vance was handpicked by Silicon Valley and by big tech billionaires and by crypto bros, and Donald Trump's policy is going to shift and go for that. So I guarantee you Trump is going to go, if I had to put money on it, he's going to be pro H-1B visa because that's where all the money is. Trump wants immigrant labor to exploit it as well. What they all want to do is blame immigrants for every problem and use them for political reasons, get everyone to scapegoat immigration, while also exploiting immigrants and not giving them rights, but using their labor and making them indentured servants, essentially, and, you know, using them to pay their workforce a lot less than they would have to pay American citizens. Vivek Ramaswamy has taken most of the heat so far, and he's saying the same thing J.D. Vance has said in Hillbilly Elegy, and also that Elon Musk has said. Actually, Elon Musk has been much more offensive, calling Americans mentally deficient, saying that no amount of money can solve how dumb Americans are and how bad American culture is. But Vivek here goes on a rant about American culture being bad as well, saying that we need more Steve Urkel in Family Matters over Stefan, which Steve Urkel was the entire point, like, of Family Matters. Everyone talks about Steve Urkel. They don't talk about Stefan, who was in for a few episodes. Talking about how we need to stop having jock culture and have more nerd culture. We need less hanging out at the mall and more extracurriculars. We need more books, more TV. We need more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons. Americans consume this media and have a terrible culture, he makes the argument for. And if you watch less of this media, if you watch less reruns of Friends, then you will finally have a more educated population in America. So blaming culture for these issues does not work when white people do it to black people, and it also does not work if you're going to do it to white people. And Hillbilly Elegy was extremely using the word offensive. I'm from a very poor white community that deals with opioid addiction and deals with the loss of manufacturing, domestic abuse, alcoholism, a million different problems. Blaming people and their culture for these issues and not capitalism and not the free market, not shipping jobs overseas, not providing education for these communities, blaming individuals instead of systemic reasons is propaganda by the capitalist class, and it's plain wrong. And like I said, when white people talk about black people and they say, well, black people listen to too much rap music and that's why black people are so violent and they can't get jobs. If you say that instead of looking at real systemic reasons, systemic racism, rooting back since slavery to now, And you could say that for a lot of white communities with Polish and Irish immigrants as well. Those communities are poor for similar reasons, not nearly as bad or as severe as slavery, of course. But the point is, these are systemic issues causing problems at the community and then individual level. But we're blaming individuals and the culture that perpetuates as a result of systemic problems economically. We're blaming that culture that came as a result of broken economic systems that the capital class has used to exploit people. We're blaming those people, those individuals, for the culture they did not have a chance to even influence, the culture that they have been abused and traumatized and manipulated into having. So this argument falls flat on its face. And talking about being anti-American and being pro-elitism, saying that we can't watch Friends and we can't do sleepovers because we need weekend science competitions and we need to stop hanging out at the mall. We miss hanging out at the mall. We miss having third spaces to go talk to people. We miss having a less isolated society. But the elitism here is terrible. And this is what people elected. These are the people that funded Donald Trump's campaign. This is who you put into office. Donald Trump pretends to care about immigration. He pretends to care about not liking immigrants because he knew that voters would fall for those issues. Elon Musk went from being a Democrat, being super pro-LGBT, being super anti-racist. He went from being that to being pro-Biden, to being pro-DeSantis, to being pro-Donald Trump, because Elon Musk, just like all of them, they just care about power. They care about getting money and government contracts. They don't really care about your social issues. They're playing you for a fool. They're looking at you as a fool because they know you care more about dumb social topics than you care about economic reasons. So while they drain our tax dollars in government contracts and cut their taxes with our tax dollars and cut from our schools and they cut from our communities to fund their billionaire friends and their venture capitalist buddies, they know that you're not going to pay attention because you care more about hating gay people and hating immigrants. And they will still exploit immigrant labor while at the same time making you hate immigrants even more because they know it's in their economic interests. So now Elon Musk is talking about getting rid of this crazy MAGA from the right. He uses a word, it's an alliteration, R word, the R word right, the mentally deficient, whatever, mentally disabled, whatever you want to say, whatever offensive term. That's what Elon Musk called Americans as a result of American culture because he wants to make sure his capital interests are not attacked. And now MAGA, the core MAGA base that voted for Trump because of the nativism and culture war, that base is going and threatening Elon Musk. So now Elon Musk is going through Twitter, demonetizing, censoring, and suppressing his political enemies. He has been suppressing the left on Twitter for a long time, but now he's going after the racist, Republican, MAGA right. And these are really racist people that he's demonetizing and taking away the revenue streams. But he himself has shared Hitler apologia. Elon Musk has boosted this on the website. He doesn't care about racism. Now, all of a sudden, when racism may threaten his ability to exploit immigrant labor, now Elon Musk thinks racism is an issue again. Now Elon Musk thinks racism is a big problem and the downfall of the Republican Party after he himself has spread very racist messaging. Because all that matters to Elon Musk is making money. He doesn't care about your dumb social issues. Now, as a freedom-loving American myself, I want to get money out of politics. I want people to be free to marry who they want to marry. I want immigrants to have a path to citizenship. I want to make sure we crack down on our political system in general being corrupt. As a progressive, I really care about those values. I will always care about those values. But understand, Elon Musk is not your friend. Donald Trump is not your friend. They will change their ideology daily because all they care about is making money. The same with RFK and Tulsi Gabbard. These are not Democrats who had real policy adjustments. They did not have real changes in what they believe. They had changes as to what power was accessible to them. And the power they could access was through Donald Trump because power under Trump is for sale.